My day once again started out before 5:30 in the morning. This time I was trying to beat the Kyoto rush hour traffic. I was wrong. The buses were super packed. Even at 5:30 in the morning, I felt very awkward. But I got to Osaka, dropped off my luggage, and hopped on another train. Look at it whiz by. As you can see, it's a little less urban because I'm headed to Nara. Nara is the historic capital of Japan, but I'm here more for the deer. Yes, the famous Nara deer that they put on basically everything, including the manhole covers. I actually like the design of this. Also got to see some nice cherry blossoms in Nara. Nara's a lot quieter this time in the morning. It's also super touristy like Kyoto, but much quieter. But here, as you approach Nara Park, you see the deer. These are wild deer that just kind of roam the park and walk around. They're pretty docile. You can pet them, you can go up to them. You give them these kind of deer crackers. They're senbei crackers that are deer safe. They're supposed to bow, but because of the lack of tourists following COVID, they get more aggressive. So here they're literally fighting over crumbs. I don't have a good video because, they kept biting at my clothes. But I did get some good shots of deer in front of Sakura. I like these walking in front of the tree. This is very picturesque. It didn't come out the Sakura as well in the light. I love this one with the Sakura blossoms blowing in the breeze. Pretty fun, pretty cool. This is probably my favorite of my Nara deer Sakura pictures. But next I took this Tanuki road down to Todai-ji Daibutren, or the Great Buddha Hall, which is how we'll refer to it from now on. And they were not kidding when it is the Great Buddha Hall. This place is massive. It's hard to get a good scale of it, so here's the shot of the people zooming out, and damn. It is pretty awe-inspiring, walking up to it. It is just absolutely massive when you get in front of it. And it contains an equally massive, awe-inspiring Buddha. The video definitely does not do justice to, because it is massive and it is intimidating, just looking up at it. I'm trying to get a shot of the scale, but it just kind of doesn't come across at this level of video. Here's the gold Buddha that's next to it. There's another one that's these two are kind of back inside, and these look grander, but I feel like this one's just too huge to really get the full scale of it. It is something you just have to see in person. But next I was off to Osaka to see Osaka Castle, but on the way I ran into more cherry blossoms. This is actually kind of what I expected Yoyogi Park to look like in Tokyo when I went there. That was second day I was in Japan. Just these pathways all lit up with the cherry blossoms. Here's a good close-up shot of them. I don't know why I like the close-up shot so much, but I really do, seeing the individual blossoms and stuff like that. This is out in front of the moat in front of Osaka Castle. Actually more picturesque than I thought it would be. Also, I just love how it's all lit up like Christmas. It was a cloudy day, so when you stepped under the trees, it literally got significantly brighter. And I was trying to get that Christmas light aesthetic going on. Also not too crowded. Pretty empty. And it was Monday morning, it's cloudy, so I guess a lot of people decided to stay home. But this is all leading up to Osaka Castle. Another intimidatingly large building that doesn't quite come across on camera. It is very cool and very stunning how it gets there. Another one, here's the scale. I zoomed in to get a shot of the tigers, but you can also see the people up there on the top floor. This trip is a great day for things that are awe-inspiringly large, that on camera just oh yeah, that looks pretty nice, that looks pretty big. That's a nice looking castle there. But yeah, its enormity is awe-inspiring. Also on the way out, you got these cherry blossoms blowing over the steps. This felt very anime-y. I was quite impressed and quite happy I got this. Make my way down the stairs, trying not to fall. Next, I went to Kaiyukan, the Osaka Aquarium, also impressively large. Also, it wasn't until I walked in that I don't think I've ever been to a proper aquarium. Only small ones, or the one in the Columbus Zoo. It was really cool. Here's a puffin. It was right next to the penguins. Love an adorable penguin giving itself a little penguin bath. And if we can move on to this one in the background a little bit, sitting there, and it's gonna give a big penguin yawn. Also, you can go down below to see the penguins swimming around, just zooming back and forth in their tanks. I stayed and watched them swim back and forth for probably too long. Also, we had these specific white striped dolphins. They were actually very playful, running and flipping about. You got great views. The tank was pretty long, so you didn't have to like fight for a view to see them. Here's one playing with its enrichment toy. Next we have the seals, and a few of them were just kind of like flopped out, sunning. I just love a floppy baby seal. Also, these spider crabs, which are the thing of nightmare. And the fact that they're all just kind of like facing you is mildly terrifying. Also, more entertaining than I thought it would be the jellyfish exhibit. This exhibit was actually like really dark with like single beams of light, but they appear on camera really well thanks to that single beam of light. Look at that little jellyfish go. Go, jellyfish, go. Also, seeing this exhibit at the end, I 100% understand why sea turtles eat plastic bags thinking they are jellyfish. But here is the showstopper tank. This is the Pacific Ocean tank, and it is, I think, at least like 6-7 stories tall, filled with all sorts of creatures. But most important to me was this, actually there's two of them, these whale sharks. You could go down and see it from a bunch of different angles, but I just loved getting shots of these whale sharks swimming. It's so, again, this one you can kind of gauge how big it is, considering you see it next to like giant windows and other smaller fish. But I love seeing the whale sharks. Whale sharks are the biggest fish in the ocean. They're filter feeders, so they're not going to eat any of these fish. They're very peaceful, and I like some of the more close-up shots as I get it. As I went down, I'd be like, all right, this is enough shots of the whale shark. And then I'd see it swim by and be like, oh no, I need another shot of the whale shark. And now you're going to see all of the good ones. You're only seeing probably about half of the whale shark footage that I saw. Also, in a fun story, I was in a meeting and everyone had to answer like, what aquatic animal would you be? And I was like, oh no, I've been really into whale sharks lately. That's a weird thing to say, saying really into whale sharks, but here they are. Alright, moving on from whale sharks. Next, I moved to the Arctic region, and there's some cool things here, but the best part was this seal exhibit. You started out seeing it from under, so you could see the seals shooting about. Here's this one that comes in just kind of like chubby little torpedoes, just riding above you. Also, stayed here watching it too long. Also, when you go up top, you saw this one just kind of sitting, bobbing in the ocean, kind of perturbed or put off by the other ones. As I left, there was this boat coming into Osaka port, and you might be wondering, that's moving fast for a boat with no sails. It's because if you could hear it, you'd hear a very loud motor, but cool nonetheless. Also, I got this unagi eel bowl for lunch as I left. But moving on to where I was staying tonight, this is in Dotonbori, which is one of the most famous areas in all of Osaka, if not Japan. There was also this lucky cat right across the street, but now I'm going to do a quick room tour. Alright, let's do a quick room tour. Start out in here. I have my own shower, bathroom, sink. I've had shared spaces and literally everywhere else. Here's the room. Here's a giant TV I am not going to use, but it's pretty cool to have. Like kitchen set, microwave. I should get something from the convenience store. I probably won't. But a nice homey looking bed. But here's the real cool part. If you look out here, I'm on the 7th floor, and this out here is Dotonbori. This is right down there is the most famous section of the city. This is pretty awesome. I literally can't get over this view, hence why you're looking at it twice. It was very awe-inspiring, just kind of stepping out. I didn't expect the view to be this good. I didn't expect to be up on the 7th floor, which made it all the cooler. But I headed out then to Denden Town, Osaka's answer to Akihabara. This is where all the anime and manga themed shops are. First stop of the day was this place called Jungle, supposed to be the best figure store in all of Denden Town. The next one I went to was K-Books. Actually got a good deal here on this Baru plush. I saw it for more than twice as much in the next store I went to, so good on you, K-Books. And as night fell, I started making my way to the lit up part of Dotonbori. As we got closer, the shopping arcades leading to it got more and more crowded, and this is why. This is the famous Dotonbori section where everything's lit up, everything's very cool. If you've seen a few shots of Japan, you've 100% seen a picture from this bridge. I didn't stand there too long because it was raining, so I made my way back to my apartment and got to pass all these kind of other cool lit up places, like this Don Quixote penguin. This is actually right by my apartment, so it's the shot I'd see if I was on the ground level. And that is Osaka. It's actually the next morning. I wanted to try and get a good video of me like standing out on the balcony with like Dotonbori in the background, but it did not work. Uh, I really love the balcony. Really loved all of Osaka. A lot of cool stuff to see. Cool walking around. Got to do more walking around than I did in like Akihabara, so I probably liked it a bit more uh, than I did Akihabara. But I guess I'll go back there in a few days. It's early. I've got to catch my flight because I'm headed to Kumamoto today, but headed to Kumamoto in the next video. So see you next time. Bye.